I'm Erica Kelly. I'm the wedding manager here at the Hodson Bay Hotel, and I've been here with the company for nearly 9 years now. And I've been helping out with weddings and running weddings here with the amazing banqueting team for over 6 years.
Brilliant stuff, brilliant stuff. So just you just give us an introduction and a background, I suppose, to the hotel and what you offer.
Yeah, so we're nestled here on the shores of Loughree, so we're really, really lucky to have a beautiful waterside location. And our wonderful owners, the O'Sullivan family, bought the hotel over 30 years ago now and have been doing weddings ever since. So we're really lucky to actually have some long-serving team members with us over 25 years that have done weddings as well. So really the big draw for here is the experienced staff and the amazing location that you can bring all your guests and enjoy a wonderful wedding day here at the Bay.
Super. What makes your hotel so popular? What makes it a popular choice? Is it all those reasons, or is there something else?
Yeah, I suppose all those reasons plus location would be a big thing. Like where we're located here in the centre of Ireland, and it's really accessible for people, anyone travelling from abroad. Even from the different corners of Ireland, we'd have a lot of couples who, one might be from Galway, one might be from Dublin, so they meet in the middle and there's, they're not taking any sides with their guests. So that's a really, really popular choice for guests. The facilities we have here, I suppose, as well, as I mentioned, we're lakeside property, so that's a huge plus for people to be able to come and get all their pictures taken here. They're cutting down the time spent and all that stuff, and they're in enjoying the most important part is with their guests. And then, as I said, the facilities as well. We have a gym, we have a leisure centre, we have a spa, the golf course is right beside us, and there's 176 bedrooms. So you can really just let your guests come and enjoy their stay while they're enjoying your wedding day as well.
Brilliant stuff. What type of packages do you offer for couples?
So we've 3 wedding packages here at the hotel, but the one thing I would say to every couple when they come in initially to me is we have no problem sitting down and tweaking and tailoring a package to suit them. Like there really is no 2 weddings that are the same, and everyone has different needs and wants and desires for their wedding day and what the package is going to be. So the packages are there, they work, they're a kind of all-round package. So for someone who's looking for, as hands-on wedding planning as they need, they can just pick this package out and run with it. But for the ones who want to really tailor it to suit what they want, that's a huge option for people to do. And it's nice to have, a different spin on a wedding package for each couple too.
Can you walk us through the process, like from a couple coming in the door when they want to book their wedding? Like what can they expect?
Yeah, so initially it would be either a phone call or an email, or maybe they've been at a wedding here, or Auntie Mary has been at a wedding here and really enjoyed herself, so they had to come and check out the Hodson Bay. And then I would set up a show around. So during the summer months and the other peak periods, we'd have weddings Thursdays, Fridays and Saturdays. And I would always encourage a couple to come in, the morning or the afternoon of an actual wedding day so they can visualise what their day would look like here. So we would come and do a full show around, and then we'd sit down like we are today and we'd walk through the packages, go through, what their plans are for their wedding day, and we could create that lovely wedding package together. And there's always questions afterwards because there's a lot of information to take in.
Course, yeah.
If it's your first show around or if it's your 5th show around, it's, for somebody who's, hasn't done this before, it's an awful lot of information. And sometimes I think in the wedding industry, we take that for granted. So I would always say, come back to me with your wish list, absorb all this information in, and let's create that lovely wedding package and wedding experience together. And so it would be an awful lot of back and forth then after that. We would hold dates for them while they're off, looking at other venues. And then if, which we hope they do come back to us and progress with a wedding date, we start getting the booking process from then on.
Brilliant. Excellent stuff. So as a wedding coordinator, how do you accommodate, let's say, different requests, different packages, different styles of weddings? Because I'm sure there are a lot. Mm-hmm. As you said there a minute ago, you give them the opportunity to have their wish list.
Yeah. So,
how do you accommodate that yourself, as you and your team? Like what do you guys do?
So it's working closely with a couple and listening to their needs and wants. There could be something really small that's really important to them. And it's how we deliver that then. And that one thing could make their wedding day, or it could mean the guests that walk into their drinks reception, see that one thing that they're after doing, and that's what's really going to be important to them, and that's going to have that memory that lasts a lifetime. So I personally love to see something different being done at a wedding, because they're putting their own personal stamp on it. Whether it's, we have a lovely bookshelf here at the entrance of the drinks reception. I would always say to couples, make that your own, put your own pictures on it. We had one couple recently who turned it into Generations of Love, and they had all their family wedding pictures on it. So things like that are really important to a couple. So yeah, it's myself, it's the wedding team here working really closely with the couple to make that dream come true on the wedding day. Super. In terms of the facilities that the couple can utilise on the day, what type of facilities have you here for the bride and groom? So we're really lucky to have a lovely exclusive wing for your wedding day. So as soon as your guests come into the hotel, you have your own private drinks reception area, which walks directly onto a wedding garden. You have your own private toilets, your own wedding bar for the entire night, and that all leads directly into the ballroom. So you have, as I said, that exclusivity wing, as we would call it. So you're in your own little wedding bubble down here, and you've no idea what else is happening in the rest of the hotel. So that's a really big plus for couples when they're here enjoying the evening with their wedding guests. Outside of that, we have a spa, we have gym facilities, we have a leisure centre, and we're really lucky. We've only acquired U Point recently, which is 140 acres of meadowland right beside the hotel. So even for pictures, you have like untouched shoreline and meadowland, and then all along the shoreline in front of us, you have all of that at your disposal for your wedding photos. So we're really, really lucky to have all of that on site.
Yeah, super. That is amazing. In terms of dining options then for the guests, obviously food is a big part of the wedding day. What other options do you have there for guests for dining? Yeah, so traditionally you'd have your standard wedding menu, and a lot of the guests or a lot of the couples would go just for that because that works. Sometimes, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Yeah. So that's, and the food would be, as you said, the most important aspect of the day, especially from the hotel's point of view. But we always have special requests from couples, whether it's, changing a starter or, a dish that's really important in their family, or whether it's a service style. So again, it's working closely with that couple to deliver that. We recently had an Italian wedding, so their whole menu was Italian themed. So that was really cool to see. And our executive head chef has no problem working directly with the couple alongside myself to, again, make that happen and really get the essence of what they're looking for with a package. We also had an Indian theme wedding, which was definitely one that sticks out in my mind. It was a 2-day event. The bride was Irish, the groom was Indian. So we created like that, a whole Indian themed menu for day 2, and it was incredible. Really, really cool. So yeah, there's no limitations really. As I said before, we're really excited for couples to come in and put their own spin on the wedding, and really open to working with each and every couple and their idea of what their wedding day would be. That's brilliant, yeah, I suppose, because Indian cuisine, it's a big part of their culture, isn't it? Yeah. So to be able to work closely with them, and it's stepping out of our comfort zone as well, which is really cool, and really pushes us to the limits. But a really exciting thing to be able to deliver for this couple, and yeah, it was a really cool wedding to be a part of. Super, brilliant. In terms of accommodation, we'll say for guests, because obviously you have to deal with varying sizes of weddings. Yeah. What's the hotel like in terms of keeping that side of things, making sure that the guests are all accommodated for what type of? So again, we're really lucky with the size of the hotel we have. So we have 176 bedrooms on site. So a lot of the weddings would be 200 plus. So everyone can technically stay under the one roof if they want to. And that's a big headache lifted off the bride and groom or the couple themselves, because you want to be looking after your guests. In the packages themselves, you get your bridal suite. We have a beautiful Lakeview bridal suite up in the leisure centre area. And then you get complimentary rooms included in a package. And then you get a block of discounted rooms. So I would work again closely with couples on what they need. If there is, again, some of their guests travelling from abroad that want to book up a little bit earlier, we will go through all of that process with them and try and make it as easy as possible, because that can be one of the biggest tasks, is trying to sort all your guest bedrooms. So again, another thing that we try and make as seamless as possible. Brilliant, excellent stuff. So just in terms of other wedding vendors, like, do you deal with them directly, or can you assist the bride and groom in terms of looking for bands, photographers, videographers, that sort of stuff? Do you do that sort of thing as well?
Absolutely. So we've created, and it's something that would be really close to me over the last couple of years, is dealing with vendors that we, have a good relationship with, that we trust. Again, this couple is coming in, never done this before, have probably only seen a band at a wedding or, tasted a cake at a friend's wedding. So they really have no idea where to start. So as I would say, these are people that I have personally worked with for the last 6 years, and are ones that we would highly recommend in the industry. So we worked again on packages that were the all-rounders, that people could just go in and go, okay, everything is done from us, from a hotel side of things. So like we would have a house band, we would have a vendor that does all the cakes for us, a local florist that we have literally could pick up the phone today and they'd come out and do whatever we need to do. So it's great to build them relationships, and for the couple, for them to have that sense of security while booking a vendor is really, really important, and it makes the job a lot easier.
It is, yeah, absolutely, because I suppose there's probably couples that live overseas and are planning to come home, so they wouldn't know a lot of what's popular or what's local now, So
exactly, yeah. And as I always say to couples, life goes on outside of wedding planning, like whether they have kids or they live abroad, or so. It's a big task to take on. It's a full-time job. Sometimes, I do it as a full-time job, but planning is a full-time job. Yeah. So to be able to take them tasks off their hands, and to give them the suppliers that work really well with the hotel and know here inside out, because they've been here for years, is a huge deal for the couple.
Super. I suppose, speaking directly now to potential couples and potential brides that are thinking about the Hodson Bay, what type of trends are you seeing as a wedding coordinator now that maybe couples coming to talk to you might look at or think about? Yeah,
so I suppose we're in the era of Pinterest, aren't we? So it can be a love-hate relationship with Pinterest.
Instagram.
So there's lots of different trends, but I do always say to couples, be careful with trends, because as trends do, they go out of fashion fairly quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Things that are up at the minute, I suppose, are like the audio guest books. So, your guest can leave like an actual voice message for you. That's a really cool one. The photo dash is a big one at the minute. So it's capturing that picture of everyone at the table. So you're kind of getting a picture with every single guest that's there.
Yeah.
Outside of that, you've lots of TikTok trends that we're seeing at the minute, the sunglasses trend. Yes. And there's loads of cool little things that you can really personalise your day. But I would always say to some couples who, again, can find it overwhelming, sometimes less is more. Focus on the important things, which are your music, which is your entertainment outside of your music, and we take care of the rest. We make sure the food is the best that you could possibly want, and we look after all your drinks reception and that. So, as I said, sometimes less is more, and focus on the important things.
Brilliant. So, when choosing a wedding venue, still speaking to potential couples, what do you think they should be considering when they're picking a venue?
So obviously location is going to be a big thing that comes into their mind first. So where is going to suit their guests? People don't want to put too much pressure on their wedding guests. So that's a huge factor. And as I said, us being in the centre of Ireland here is a huge bonus for them. Really accessible from all angles, really. Being able to house all their guests, being able to just to make it easy on your guests to come to your wedding. That's a huge bonus. Yeah. Ultimately, when you walk into a hotel, I believe you get that feeling. You can visualise where you and your guests are going to be. It needs to be a space that everyone's kept together. I really think that's important, that you're not going to lose your crowd. Really important to keep that atmosphere and ambience up for the entire day. And as I explained earlier on, we have a lovely flow from our drinks reception into our ballroom. So, that really keeps that and captures the crowd together all at the one time. And having someone then that's going to bring you through that journey from, first inquiry up to the actual day yourself, that you connect with, that you can trust, and that has your best interests at heart. That's really important, because you want to look back, and I just say this all the time to couples, you want to look back and enjoy the whole process of wedding planning just as much as the day itself. You don't want it to be stressful. It doesn't need to be stressful. Wedding planning, there's a formula to it, and especially from the hotel side of you. So it's about enjoying it. It's about enjoying every second of it and soaking it all in, and getting to the day and then really enjoying the wedding day itself.
Excellent. Brilliant. Thanks so much. Just before we wrap, is there anything else that you would, that you'd like our listeners to know about the Hodson Bay before they book their wedding here?
Yeah, well, as I've said in previous questions, like it's all about the day itself. So enjoying every single second of it. And we believe we can do it right here for a number of reasons. We have an incredible team behind us, and that really has such an impact on your day. The banqueting team, as I said, led by, and he'll kill me for mentioning his name, Michael Dolan, who's been here with us for over 25 years, running the ship of weddings. Like, you're really in safe hands with him. And it's a full team effort. And then having that lovely memories with your family that are going to last a lifetime. And it's something we take great pride and passion in, is to giving you the absolute best day here at the Hodson Bay.
Super. And how can potential couples reach out to you? How can they get in touch with you guys?
So everything is on our website, so HodsonBayHotel.com, and it's HODSON in case people forget that. We have an Instagram page, we have a Facebook page, but don't be afraid to reach out. Phone number is on the website. There's an inquiry form on the website, and I'd be more than happy to have anyone in to do a lovely show around, and we can grab a cup of coffee and explore your wedding plans further.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you so much, Eric.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a million. Cheers.